Alright, a small disclaimer before we start today's video. This video was recorded almost a year ago. I just haven't released it yet, but I definitely want you to see it because it is just another entry in this series here, because I intended back then to play through the entire game and through all expansions. This is why I will still show you the game, but please keep in mind this was made almost a year ago when I was much more inexperienced than now. I still had my old playmat, which really tells you how old this video is, and also I had my old lighting setup. So just keep that in mind, but I hope you will have fun nonetheless. Alright, roll the intro. Hey everyone, there's Attackers and I'm back with yet another video for Food Chain Island, the solo game of the Button Shy Simply Solo series. We have already played quite a few sessions of this game now on the channel, but the last one that is missing is the last expansion I have here. Let me take a look at it. Here we go. It's Legendary Creatures, which is pretty interesting. It's quite similar to the Lost Beasts one we had here last time. But here, yeah, we have a few little differences, as you can see here. We do have some creatures that have special abilities when they are eaten, so that is very interesting. And also we have another sea animal and also flying animal. So before we get started, let me just set up the game. That already is the setup of the game. So we do have a few key differences here to the main game, and that make the game quite different from what we're used to. So first of all, let's start with the easy stuff. We have a new flying animal, the Phoenix. Take the bottom animal from a stack of 3 or more and place it in the nearest open space on the map. If there are multiple such spaces, choose one. So pretty thematic with the Phoenix, right? Like rising from the ashes, and we can revive a specific animal, so to speak. That is pretty interesting. Remember that we lose the game if we haven't used the flying animal's ability by the end of the game. Then we also have 2 sea animals. We have the shark again from the base game. Move an animal 1 space to eat an adjacent animal of any lower value. There were 2, the shark and the whale from the base game, and I just took one randomly, which is the shark. And we have a new sea animal, the Kraken. Move 2 animals 2 spaces each. Next turn, neither can be the predator. That is interesting. That could actually be very helpful. That's like 4 spaces we can move all together. We just shouldn't use them. We can do something with that. Okay, and then the other change is that we have now the setup here. As usual, there are several setups we can choose from. I chose the simplest one, so to speak. And we have our regular animals, we know, and in the corners we have the legendary animals. And these their effects trigger when they are eaten, and they are hidden for now. They will become unhidden, so we can turn the cards around whenever an animal adjacent to them is eaten. And we also would have the ability to have the lost creatures that we use the last expansion. We can also combine that with them, and then these would be put where the X's are. So there would be 2 of them right there. But we will only play with this expansion for now, so you see how that one works. Alright, now let me quickly fix the exposure and then we can get started. I think like this it should work pretty well. Alright, let's get a lay of the land as usual. So we do have quite a lot of low numbers here. We can do a lot with those, right? Like the 10 might be a little issue, but you see, like we can go here 0, 1, 3, 4. The 7 is still in range, the 5 also, and the 8. So we can do a lot of things here. Maybe we can get all of these done here. That would be very good. So that would be pretty cool. And then the higher ones, 11, 12, we actually are quite lucky, I think. Well, the 2 isn't great, but like these are pretty good as well. 11, 12, 13, 15, and then the 14 up here. So I think that's pretty good. But we still have the legendary creatures, right? We shouldn't forget about those. I think what I will start with again is the raccoon, because I think that's just one of the best cards. Have the raccoon eat the rat here, which means that now if we in the next turn have a predator that eats prey with value exactly of 1 less, then we can discard any animal that is unstacked. That is pretty nice. So because I will go here with the ant, I will eat the plant, and now that is exactly 1 less. So we can discard something. What about the 10 here? Well, actually, I think I would rather start working with the raccoon. But if we discard this one here, then we can't get to this card here anymore. So we will not do that for now. So let's see. These are all pretty good, actually. I think we can all get these. We can get all of these probably. The 6 might be an issue, because we will now move up here and then we can't get to the 6 anymore. So let's discard this one. And I will treat discarding the same as eating. So we can uncover this card here. And that is a new card. That's the Death Worm. When eaten, next turn, only unstacked animals may be the predator. That is pretty tough, so we need to eat that as soon as possible. Maybe we can also discard it with the raccoon. Alright, so now we have the power here with the ant. So that's move 1 animal, 1 to 3 space. So we will move that over there. I think that's a pretty good idea. And then with the mouse, we will eat the ant, right? And then we can also move an animal 1 or 2 spaces. So let's move the lizard over here. Actually, I'm thinking, because if we now eat here, then we can't uncover that one. I think that move the animal 1 or 2 spaces. I think I will use this here instead. Alright, because now with the raccoon, I will eat the snake here. Right? That's the snake down here. We should remember that. And now if we eat an animal with 1 less, we can discard an unstacked animal again. So what I will do is with the lizard, I will eat the mouse here. Then we can uncover that one. Jackalope. When eaten next turn, the predator cannot eat prey adjacent to the jackalope stack. That is fine. But the 8 is a little issue because we can't really eat that. So now we can discard 2 unstacked animals, right? The raccoon's power and also the lizard. So let's see. Actually, I don't really like the death worm down here, so I think I will discard that one. And then I will also discard another one. I don't know which one yet. But we can only get unstacked ones. The jackalope is really hard to eat because the 10 is over there, and these are all too high, and the 8 doesn't work either, so I think I will just discard this one. Okay, so we do not great, but we're doing okay. Let me look at the bottom animals here. That's a snake. The snake could actually be pretty helpful, maybe. And we also have the plant that is not helpful at all. Okay. So this one is an issue here because I need to somehow get the lynx eaten. So let's see what we can do here. So this one would be, yeah. So if we eat this one here and then we need to move it 2 spaces to eat, that's not possible. This is pretty tricky because I'm not quite sure I can actually do something with that over there. But okay, let's somehow try it. We need to use the phoenix anyway, and I think it would be the best way to use it now here. So take the bottom animal card from a stack of 3 or more. Well, we have a stack of 3 here, I think, exactly. Take the bottom animal and put it in a spot closest here. Since there are several spots, we can choose one. I will choose this one here. Hear me out. I do have an idea. So we use that one. That is great. So that is would have been a lost condition otherwise. So that is good. And we still have this stuff here, so we can still move a little bit around here. And that's what I'm trying to do. So with the raccoon, we will definitely eat the snake. So, and if we can eat something next round that is like 1 less, then we can discard something again. That is kind of what I'm hoping for here. We will have I have an issue with that one here. I don't know how I can get to this one, but let's see. I think I'm not able to do that raccoon power, to use that, because there's nothing that I can do here. But there's something else I'm going to try to do. So I think I'm going to take the shark, move an animal 1 space to eat an adjacent animal of any lower value. And then with the tiger, I would eat, oops, this one here. And now we need to move, and now the predator must move 2 spaces to eat. So let's see if we can somehow do that. I hope so. If not, we will have to revert that again. Well, I could go here, but that wouldn't really work too well. Let's see. This is really tough, but I mean, the only one I can really, either I can, this one move to here, or this one move to there. And moving this one up there would be an issue because we still need to get this one somehow. However, we will do that. So I think, well, this is really tough, but okay. Then I will move this one down here. Since that one was eaten, we can turn now this around. That's the bunyip. When eaten, next turn, the predator's value must be odd numbered. Okay, we again need to move 2 spaces to eat. And the only possibility we have is moving this one here. I don't like that. I don't like the way this is going, but okay, then we will move over here. And now next turn the polar bear cannot eat. That is okay. So let's see. I would really like to use this power now. How can we do it the best? We can move this one down here, right? So we could eat that. I think those are lost up there. I don't know if I can do anything to get... Well, I mean, I can get the lynx down here, right? But otherwise I can't do a whole lot at the moment. I don't know if that is cheating, but there is a little... there's an idea I have. So, you know, discarding one unstacked animal. Okay, I don't know if that is cheating, but I don't think so. I mean, unstacked animal, that is an unstacked animal as well. So we could probably also discard that one. So I think I want to use the Kraken now. And then I will move this one 2 down here and this one 2 over here, like this. So everything is together again. So when I eat this one later on, well, I don't know if we have to do that yet. Well, but when I eat this one, then everything is pretty much over, right? Because then I can't move. I can't really move anymore the way I want to. I think I totally lost this game. I don't exactly know where it went wrong. But I think I just moved in a... I think the problem was that I can't turn over these cards unless the cards orthogonally are eaten. This is a pretty tough expansion, I gotta say. So let's see. If we eat this one down here, then we can discard one animal. Wouldn't really matter which one, I suppose. I would probably want to discard this one just so that it's gone, because this one is lost anyway. But we can also discard something down here so we can continue to play, but I don't really think that's gonna work because there are no animals I can eat anymore. The 15, the 12, that's the one I could eat, yes. But then I would have to use an odd number anyway. This is just 1 apart. If this wasn't, it was a 10, it would be fine. Because then I could eat this one here and go down here. So that would be fine, but that is just the wrong number here. And we don't have the snake anymore. The snake would let us trade these, switch these 2 cards. So I think, am I missing something? I don't think I'm missing anything, but that's pretty much it. So I would go down here with the lizard just because, right? And then we can discard any animal. It doesn't matter anymore because we are pretty much done here. Because that's too high. This won't work. This won't work. Yeah, some of this didn't work the way it was supposed to. So let's just discard, I don't know. It doesn't really matter because we have lost anyway. So let's discard, I don't know. Let's discard the lion, I suppose. Like, okay. Doesn't really matter. And then we will eat the bunyip with the polar bear, and then we can only use an odd number to eat, but we can't eat anymore anyway. So we actually, this is actually, is that the first game we lost? I think so. I mean, we played the game 5 times and we lost once now. I think that is okay. That is not bad, but I need to look at the footage when I'm editing this to see where I went wrong. Maybe you have an idea as well, but that's pretty much it. So I would like to see what legendary creature we have here, the Mandrake. When eaten, the Mandrake's predator skips its ability. This is a really good one. And it's a 0. It's a problem that these are the other way, right? because he first needs to eat something to see what's there, and he didn't 0. I would have never gotten the 0 up there. So that is really tough. That is a really tough expansion. I mean, the game is not easy anyway, but this expansion really ups the ante here. So as you can see, this is one of the newer expansions. I haven't played it yet. So this will be interesting for me to try to beat. But alright, that was my playthrough of Food Chain Island. This time with the Legendary Creatures expansion. A really cool expansion. It really switches up the game a lot. And it's also really tough. This concludes my series of Food Chain Island. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was interesting to watch different entries, like different expansions of the game. First of all, if you own the game and you want to know how to play it, now you can. Just watch my video. Well, you have watched it already if you're at this point now. So that could help you, but also maybe it's interesting to see how the game and the tactics, strategy and everything changes with the different expansions. But that is pretty much everything. Since I recorded this video before I went live, I'm adding this while editing. I want to thank all of you for your support, and especially my patrons who are generously supporting me on Patreon. Also a big shout out to Thagronol, who is currently my biggest supporter. Thank you so much for that. If you also want to support me, why don't you head over to my Patreon? You'll find the link in this video's description. If you're watching, thank you very much for doing so. I really appreciate that. If this is the first of my videos you're watching, why don't you head over to my channel and check out the other videos. There's a lot of stuff there that you might enjoy. And apart from that, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the very next video. Alright, take care everyone, and cheers.